Welcome to the realm of my people, a land flowing with tech news. Used to flow with milk and honey, but we found out pretty quickly why that wasn't sustainable. Ugh, the smell! The M2 MacBook Air can be upgraded to pretty much match the performance of an M2 MacBook Pro just by including some tiny coolers called AirJets inside the chassis, according to a number of outlets who all posted about it this morning as if they're in a club I haven't been invited to. The AirJets are solid-state active cooling chips made by a company called Frore AirJet? I tried my best, for what it's worth. Who installed them in a MacBook Air and invited The Verge, PC World, and a small man who also works in our building to check it out. And sure enough, the AirJet-equipped M2 MacBook Air performed as well as the M2 MacBook Pro in a longer Cinebench test, where thermal throttling held back the vanilla, fanless MacBook Air. It was left to slowly cook its own insides while continuing to try and run the benchmark. I mean, it's inhumane. So Frore is pleading with Apple and other laptop makers to please buy our AirJets and integrate them into laptops so that no MacBook Air or the human thighs upon which it may rest has to suffer like this.
Come on, students aren't allowed to have hot plates in their dorms.
It's against regulation. The enshittification of the web was exemplified this week when tech bro Jake Ward's Twitter post about pulling off an SEO heist went viral. While many initially thought said heist was a way to stick it to Google's search engine optimization paradigm, which has been blamed for many of the web's structural problems, Jake was actually sticking it to his company's competitor and humanity at large. The heist involved indexing all the URLs in the sitemap for this competitor company, feeding those into Jake's byword service to generate article titles and outlines with AI, and then having AI actually write all those articles to be published online. In other words, this guy tweeted instructions on how to actively try to make the internet suck.
Just taking a big dump into the well of knowledge.
As I said, this process of figuratively kicking the World Wide Web's shins for money is called enshittification, as coined by journalist and possible inventor from the future, Cory Doctorow. But Google actually has been trying to fix some of the web's SEO problems. This morning, they released more tools that can help content appear higher in search results if they're from social media sites or discussion forums, where the posts are 100% human generated. The bots are gone. Elon did it. Meanwhile, non-human generated videos are getting a lot more impressive thanks to new releases this week from Stability AI and Runway. Stable Video Diffusion is a new AI video generator that can create 2 to 4 second long video clips from a single image and do it locally on an NVIDIA GPU. While similar tools have been available for a while, Stability has released the code and weights for their model, which is exclusively for research. If you're more into losing money to make money, AI video company Runway released its Motion Brush tool, which lets you paint on areas of an image that you would like the AI to wiggle a bit for you. This part right here, just kind of like, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that's art. Seriously though, the results are pretty impressive, even if AI video is still limited to generating only a few seconds at a time. But if that annoys you, you're in luck. Runway also announced Runway.tv, a 24/7 stream of content made using Runway's generative AI tools. I dipped in there for about a minute before I was overwhelmed by the mix of perverse fascination and existential dread, but I can say it is definitely content. Something's happening on that webpage. Now it's time for Quick Bits, brought to you by Grams28, who sell luxury goods without the luxury price tag. Because a classy and sophisticated person like you deserves the classiest and sophisticatedest accessories. Check out their 132 Essential Case Pro, a versatile tech organizer great for wallets and keys. Or their 156 City Sling, their take on a continental crossbody bag with plenty of room inside for medium-sized items like a Nintendo Switch or a pair of headphones. Check out Grams28 at the link below. Use code LINKED20 for 20% off and add a touch of class to your everyday carry. Quick Bits? At a time like this? The perfect time for Quick Bits? Yes, let's! At Microsoft's request, cybersecurity firm Blackwing Intelligence, sounds intimidating, tested the biometric authentication in 3 laptops from Dell, Lenovo, and Microsoft and found that the embedded fingerprint sensors could all be bypassed with relative ease. Somewhat ironically, Microsoft's was the easiest, which is probably not what Microsoft wanted to hear.
This is a dastardly smear campaign. By Microsoft, against Microsoft.
Only the Lenovo device offered encrypted host-to-sensor communication, and while all three technically supported Microsoft's secure device connection protocol, only the Dell device came with it enabled by default. Look, Microsoft, I don't want to sound like your mom here, but there's no point in you having a safety helmet if you're just not gonna wear it, okay? Just wear the helmet. I'm worried sick. Multiple users have taken to Google support forums to complain about their files disappearing from Google Drive. Many even complained that their folder structure had reverted back to an earlier state, like a Digimon that had been energy blasted a few too many times. It's been a long time since I've watched that. I don't know if it's accurate. A Google employee on the forums said they're investigating the issue and warned affected users not to make changes to their Google Drive or the app data folder on their PC if they use desktop syncing. Hopefully they find out what happened soon. And what happened is that Bard snatched that data up. He's always doing that. He thinks it's a prank. Bard! Come on, give it back. That's not, oh, scamp. Police are warning parents about the dangers of name dropping. This is not to be confused with the phenomenon of aged out frat boys claiming to know famous people to impress strangers. The police are talking about the new on by default iOS feature that allows users to easily share contact info with other iPhone users, framing this as a threat to children's safety. The thing is, the phones have to come within a few centimeters for the feature to work, and it only shares what you put on your contact card, and it will only share if you tap the actual share button while you're doing it. So, maybe the police should worry more about the shirtless guy with no grasp of personal space claiming he knows Drake. That just seems, he's in the fountain. Can we do something? And a new study is claiming that Zoom fatigue is real and leads to increased stress, decreased productivity, and a pervasive sense of disconnection. Scientists measured the brain and heart activity of participants watching a 50-minute presentation, with half watching in person and the other half remotely. Naturally, to accurately measure stress levels, they recruited subjects from the calmest population on Earth, university students. Sure, we can all agree torturing undergraduates for science is fun, but wouldn't it have been easier to simply ask literally anyone who's ever used Zoom if they actually enjoyed it? Well, the reason we didn't do that is because we know the answer. But regardless, please remotely come back for more tech news here on Wednesday. And for science's sake, please write your heart rate in the comments below.